Please subscribe my channel. I never went into marriage thinking there would be excitement every single night. I knew that strong feelings calm down over time. Daily habits take over, and life adds more and more responsibilities. Things like work, bills, and duties. I accepted that. What I didn't expect was how love could be given out in small amounts until it felt like something handed out of pity. My name is Michael. I'm 40 years old. I was married to Laura for 11 years, and for most of that time, I thought being patient meant being loyal. When Laura and I first met, she was smart and kind. She was the type of woman who made normal moments feel special. I wasn't the showy type. I worked hard, showed up when I said I would, and kept my promises. She told me that my reliability made her feel secure. The early years were simple and good. We stayed up late talking, laughed about silly things, and touched each other naturally without planning it. Physical closeness didn't need a schedule. But over time, that reaching out stopped. It didn't happen all at once. It faded slowly and quietly. Casual touches became routine, then something we felt we had to do, and finally something we avoided. I saw it in little ways. She would move away from a simple hug. She would sigh if I sat too close. She would turn over in bed before I even finished saying goodnight. I told myself it was just stress. She said it was nothing. I believed her. I tried harder. I cooked more meals, listened more carefully, gave her space when she wanted it, and offered comfort even when she didn't ask. I thought my efforts would encourage her to do the same. Instead, my efforts just became something she expected. The same thing happened in the bedroom. Weeks went by, then months. When I finally asked about it kindly, she said she was tired, then busy, then just not interested. The night she said it plainly, we were sitting at the kitchen table. There was no fight, no yelling, just honest words that felt like a final decision. She looked at me and said, "Once a month is enough." She said it like she was offering a fair deal. I nodded. Inside, something changed. Those words stayed in my mind for days, not because of the physical part, but because of what it meant. Wanting each other had turned into a task. Feeling close had become a required amount. I realized I was bargaining for closeness in my own marriage. If the story connects with you so far, please hit the like button so it can reach others who might need to hear it. I didn't fight it. I didn't plead. I agreed to her terms. Once a month, exactly once a month. No extra touches, no long hugs, no attempts to feel close emotionally. I stopped starting anything that she had already restricted. At first, she didn't notice. She liked the calm and the extra space. I turned my attention to myself. Work, sleep, going to the gym, and reconnecting with friends I had ignored. I became polite and reliable, but distant, not mean, just reserved. Tell me in the comments if you believe emotional distance can hurt even more than being turned down. The first time she noticed was small. She reached for my hand, and I gently pulled it back. She asked what was wrong. I said nothing. The second time, she asked if I was mad. I told her I was simply respecting her limits. The third time, she said I was pulling away. I reminded her of the rules she had set. Her comfort turned into confusion, and then into worry. She started conversations that she had avoided for years. She asked questions she used to not care about hearing answers to. Comment the word boundaries if you think respect should go both ways. I didn't change the rules. I followed them steadily and without drama. That steady following showed something we both had avoided facing. Control feels good until the other person uses it too. Distance feels okay until you're the one trying to close it. If you know someone who feels invisible in their relationship, please share this story with them carefully. One evening, she told me I was being mean, that I was trying to punish her. I realized she had confused my obedience with anger. Do you think fairness can feel like punishment when someone loses their advantage? Share your opinion below. That night, as I lay in bed, I understood something clearly. Love can handle less excitement, but it cannot survive disrespect. And I was finished bargaining for my own value. What happened next would challenge everything I believed I knew. If this story made you reflect, like it. Comment one word that describes how it made you feel. And subscribe for more stories about respect, boundaries, and self-worth. The change didn't happen quickly, but it became impossible to overlook. Laura started dressing differently around the house, standing longer in doorways, testing the distance between us like someone stepping carefully on weak ice. She asked if I still thought she was attractive. I said yes. She asked why I didn't show it. I told her I was doing exactly what she had requested, once a month, nothing more. She didn't like hearing her own words repeated back to her. She said that wasn't what she had meant. I asked her to explain what she did mean. The room filled with heavy silence that said a lot. For years, I had been the one explaining, making things softer, shrinking my needs so they would fit her comfort. I stopped doing that. The once-a-month night arrived and passed. It felt uncomfortable, like a business deal, and empty. Afterward, she cried quietly in the bathroom. I lay in bed looking at the ceiling, feeling nothing. That emptiness scared me more than anger ever had. Not caring is what comes when hope is finally gone. In the weeks that followed, she switched between being affectionate and blaming me. One day she missed me. The next she said I had become different. She was correct. I had stopped seeking her approval. I had stopped working to earn love that should have been shared equally. One evening, she asked if I planned to leave her. The question wasn't panicked, it was scared. I told her I didn't know yet. That honest answer hurt her more than a direct threat would have. Not knowing takes away the sense of control. She suggested we go to counseling. I agreed, not because I thought it would save us, but because I wanted clear answers without being harsh. In the sessions, old habits came to light. She talked about stress, body changes, and feeling overloaded. All of those things were real and understandable. When it was my turn, I talked about feeling alone while still married, about how being wanted only once a month felt like being put up with. The room grew quiet. The counselor let the silence stay. At home, things didn't really improve. Knowing the problem doesn't always lead to fixing it. One night, she admitted she enjoyed being pursued more than pursuing. She liked the security of knowing I would always be there, reaching out, even if she didn't reach back. Hearing her say that out loud quietly closed a door inside me. I didn't yell. I didn't blame. I simply said I could not stay in a marriage where closeness was given as a favor instead of chosen freely. She asked what I needed. I said steady desire, real partnership, and actions, not just words, but proof. She tried for a little while. Small acts of kindness, starting closeness that felt forced rather than natural. I valued the attempt, but I could tell the difference between change coming from fear and change coming from true insight. Fear doesn't last, real understanding does. One morning, several months later, I packed a bag. Not secretly and not angrily. I told her I was moving out to give us both the truth we needed. She cried and asked if once a month was truly the cause. I told her it was never just about the frequency. It was about what that frequency showed. We separated calmly. No big fights, no one as the bad guy, just two people finally facing truths we had ignored. I moved into a small apartment in Seattle. The quiet there felt different. It wasn't empty, it felt open and free. Looking back, I don't hate Laura. I don't regret loving her. I do regret staying quiet longer than I should have. Boundaries aren't threats. They're reflections. They teach people how to treat you, and they show who someone really is when you stop adjusting yourself to fit them. I learned that love doesn't vanish with a bang. It slips away through constant bargaining, through downplaying your own needs, through accepting small pieces and calling it a fair deal. Once I stopped doing those things, everything became clear. Once a month was enough for her. For me, respecting myself became enough to leave. I don't share this story for pity. I share it because suffering in silence can look like strength until it slowly erases who you are. Choosing yourself isn't cruel. It's honest. And honesty, even when it ends a relationship, is where true peace starts.